clots. We gotta stay hydrated. But you know what? These bottles of water, they cost too much money. But you go to the tap and the water doesn't taste good. It kind of smells funny. There is a product on HSN, one of our most famous products in our 41 years of business. It's called Clean and Pure, and it's right here. I'm about to say something you never thought would be possible. This is a water filter that will last you 30 years. You don't change anything, replace anything, folks. It's 30 years of clean and pure water brought to us by one of the true innovators here, the original American dreamer, and my good friend, Mr. Bob Sacosta. Bob.
Hello, Adam. Great to be with you as always.
It's amazing, this.
I mean, it is. And you're right. I mean, 30 years. This is going to last. This is unlike any other water filter out there, anywhere in the world. Cannot find another water filter like this anywhere because of what Adam just said. It's going to give you 30,000 gallons, and you never have to replace a cartridge, never replace a filter for 30 years or more. I want to show you how it works right away, okay? It hooks right up to your faucet. All you have to do is just unscrew the existing part of your faucet and then just screw on the Clean and Pure. That's it. Right. You don't need any tools or have to call anybody or anything like that. Now, here's what I've done for demonstration purposes. I've colored the water green on purpose to kind of represent all the bad stuff, the chlorine, the odor, the bad taste, all of those reasons why we're not drinking water. That's what's represented by the green. Now, there's a little diverter switch right on the side, and when I flip that switch, this green water is going to go through not one, not two, not even four, but 5 stages of filtration. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. 5 stages of filtration. Watch what happens. Keep your eye on the glass that Adam has. Look, now you know why it got its name, Clean and Pure. Look at the difference that we're talking about. This is water that you want to drink. And once again, you're never going to have to replace the filter. And I'm not drinking it. And for 30 years or more, you don't have to worry about going out and buying any bottled water. You don't have to replace the cartridge or anything like that.
It tastes so pristine. Yeah. There's a clarity and a purity to it, which is wonderful. When you're cooking, when you're making coffee, when you're giving water to your pets, it's just the best type. Why? Because it's been filtered so much. When you say NSF certified, that's not nothing, Bob.
Oh, no, no. It's a very tight regulation, which it needs to be, okay? Right. Because that's our assurance that you are getting water that is certified by the National Sanitary Foundation, and you are getting water that is great to drink. Now, everybody asks me, how can this last for 30 years?
How?
Well, good question, Adam. I'm going to answer. But here is, I'm going to do something that no bottled water company will ever do, and that is show you how the water is filtered. In the water filter I have in front of me, I cut it in half. So you could kind of go inside the filter. The water initially comes in underneath. It hits a micron layer. Then it goes into that gold area. That is called KDF, a special electrochemical process. And then another micron layer. And then look at this large black area. That's all recycled coconut shell. So it's good for the environment, but it also ionizes the water. You know, we talk about ionizing and balancing the air. Yeah. Well, this ionizes your water. And then you have another micron layer filter right at the very top. Now, in the beaker that's right next to the filter, you see there's pink in this water. Yeah. That means there's chlorine. We know there's chlorine in that water because just like a pool, you know, a pool testing kit, that's what we did to the water. So we know there's chlorine in here. I'm taking just one of the 5 stages of filtration. And once again, that's very important to know that this is 5 stages, but I'm using just one of the stages, which is the KDF. I ground it up. Watch what... Wait a minute, what happened? I'm going to back off so you can see how clear. Look at that. Yeah. That happened in a matter of seconds, folks. Look at the difference that we're... I'm going to do that again real quick, okay? All right. 5 stages. Oh, I put in the wrong one. 5 stages of filtration, unlike anything else. Look at that. Now, what that means to you is that every time you turn that tap on for the next 30 years, you don't have to worry about bad water. You're going to have great water. And 5 stages of filtration makes all the difference in the world. It comes in through that KDF, that electrochemical process. It goes through that carbonized, recycled coconut shell, and it comes out with water that you want to drink. And we all know that drinking water is good for us. I mean, it's vital to our good health and feeling good and everything. We all know we need to drink water, but we don't do it because usually the water tastes bad or smells bad. Which is why so many of us go to the store, the big box store, and we cart home these
gigantic pallets of water, don't we though? We spend a ton of money on these, and this is not good for the environment. A lot of us buy these pitchers and they take a long time to filter. Oh, and you've got to replace them all the time because you keep needing the filters and the cartridges to keep it purifying the water. What's important to understand is that with Clean and Pure, none of that is true. With Clean and Pure, once you buy this from us tonight, you will never, ever, ever worry about it for the next 30 years. It takes a second to sink in because you're hearing something that's not advertised or seen in the stores. When HSN started 41 years ago, it was all about bringing you innovations that you couldn't find in the stores. This is one of those products. It is exclusively available here. You can get it in red, black, or white. All we ask, Bob, is that folks tell their friends and family because it's an awesome product.
Exactly. And as you've been talking about, this is the 30,000-gallon capacity, which is different. It's been so long since we've been able to share the 30,000-gallon. Usually it's the 25,000-gallon, but we're giving you 5,000 more gallons, and we're giving you 5 more years of never having to buy a filter. As a matter of fact, here's a comparison, a very good water filter on the market. Every 100 gallons, that's about every month, you've got to go back to the store and replace the filter in this. In the Clean and Pure, you never have to do that for 30 years or more. And over those 30 years, you could spend well over $7,000 replacing filters in something like this, but you never, and you know how much is 30,000 gallons of water? That's a lot of water. Getting the Clean and Pure tonight is the same as getting, are you ready? Over 250,000 of these bottles of water. So if you want to drink water, get the best right now. Very easy to do.
Let's go to Florida. Say good evening to Esther. Esther, you're live with Bob and Adam. Esther, do you have the Clean and Pure?
Adam, you're hysterical, but I want to talk to Bob because he'll make me laugh, okay?
Esther, how are you?
Let me say that I'm in Florida now. I live in Florida. I've been here over 20 years.
Right.
I was moving from New York to Florida, and I was going to take my water filter with me. My husband says, you're not taking this water filter out of the sink and putting it in Florida. I said, then you go to Florida. I stay with my water filter.
Esther, oh my goodness.
The water filter. It lasted us in Florida for about 10 years, I think, and we had to take it out because we had to change our faucet, and the other thing wouldn't hook up to this. So I bought 2 more. And I still have that for 15 years. The other one in another room, it's over 20 years, and I will not drink any other water but this.
Oh, you are terrific, Esther. Thank you so much. I appreciate your call.
I mean, let the people believe what you say. It is true. It really is. We're not just talking to hear ourselves talk.
Oh, thank you, Esther.
That's a wonderful call. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.
If I was there, Esther, I'd give you a big hug. You know that?
Both would.
Yes, we would.
And Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Esther.
Thank you.
I know that means a lot to you, Bob.
It does.
This is a
really
product you love.
Because, you know, we could stand here all night, Adam and I, and talk about it. However, you're not going to know until you try it, folks, okay? So we invite you. Call up. Listen to what Esther just said. You're not going to know until you taste it. So call us up and just allow us to send you one of these. Then you try it. And I'm telling you, if it's not the best tasting cup of coffee that you've ever had, or a glass of iced tea, lemonade, water, if it's not the best, then you send it back. I don't want you to keep it. I want you and your family to have something that you're going to benefit from, not just a year or 5 years or 10 years, but for the next 30 years or more. Imagine for a second, never having to replace a filter, all right, having all the water that you want to drink anytime, every time you turn the faucet on. I'll do the demonstration once again. It hooks right up to your faucet so easily. This is the bad water, obviously. All you do to turn that bad water into great water is turn the diverter switch. Look what's coming out the other side into Adam's glass. Nice and clean and pure water, just like Esther was talking about.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
But you could, the thing is, you can taste the difference difference.
Oh, sure.
I mean, it's not like you're not going to notice. It's night and day when you taste this water versus other water. And remember, there are no monthly fees. There are no cartridges, no filters that you ever have to buy or replenish or replace. We do have an update. I think it's because of Bob's subliminal messaging with his red top, but the red is about to sell out. We have 100 left if you want that red. Last call. Bob mentioned that this is the 30,000 gallon. It is important to make note of that because normally when Bob is here, it's the 20 or 25,000 gallon. Still very good. 20 or 25 years. But if you want to get the maximum, this is the 30-year model. So you won't ever have to think about it again. Let us send it to you for a flex pay. At least try it. It's easy installation, as Bob's shown you already, and the savings are through the roof. And Bob, ultimately, the reviews don't lie. At this stage, we must be hundreds and hundreds of thousands sold.
Oh, I'm sorry, they were talking to me. What were you saying?
I get that a lot, Bob. People ignore me all the time. I was saying that so many have been sold over the years, lots of years.
Oh, we've sold millions of these, all right? I mean, it's the longest running product here on HSN, and there's a reason for that.
Right.
It's because... I tell you, he cracks me up. He really does. Anyhow, we want you to drink water. And you want to drink water because you know drinking water is key to your good health, and hydration is the quickest way to get that benefit. So now this is water that you want to drink, folks. Whether you get this water filter or another water filter, really you need to get a water filter. I recommend this one because you never have to spend another penny. You're getting 5 stages of filtration. You never have to change the cartridge. You never have, there's no maintenance to this whatsoever, but you need to get a water. And by the way, just think about that. If you are thinking about getting another water filter,
yes,
ask yourself this question. Am I ever going to have to replace the filter?
Right.
And if the answer is yes, then get ready to spend a lot of money.
How true is that?
Because you are going to spend and keep going back to the store month after month and putting down $25, $30 on something like this, and it's going to add up. Once again, you never, ever have to replace the filter on the Clean and Pure. We're talking about the year 2018 right now. Now go to 2048. That's what we're talking about. So we know the water tastes great, but we want you to know that the water tastes great. 5 stages of filtration, so you can't go wrong with that either, Adam.
It's on the hit list at HSN.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those absolute products that you gotta have. Red's about to sell out, less than 4 dozen now before it's gone. If red is for you, it's that nice designer pop of color. It's a lovely one to do. Black and of course the white over there. Bob, you're showing once again that this, I mean, look at the effect it has.
Right. We know, right, the pink in this water, we know there's chlorine in this water, for sure, okay? I'm just taking one of the stages. That's the KDF, the gold area, one of the 5 stages. Look what happens when I put, well, it's gone.
It's amazing.
Now what that means to you is that every time you turn that tap on, every time you turn that faucet on, for the next 30 years, you are going to have clean water. You're going to have water that you want to drink, and that's going to make all the difference in the world. 30 years, 30,000 gallons. It is the only water filter like this anywhere in the world.
Bob, I need to ask you, because I saw that there's a brand new edition that you can buy, the Paramax. Tell everybody about that.
Right, I'll be more than happy.